time to preview a team out in the West. I've been doing all East teams, but I've been going in order from the cities. So Dallas Mavericks is up next. This is a team kind of thrown together at the last minute. Mark Cuban couldn't get the players he wanted to. He tried to get Dwight, tried to get Darren Williams. He wanted to get Chris Paul for a while. He tried to get everybody. I mean, he's actually out there trying. Unlike, you don't really see a lot of other owners going out and doing stuff like that. So you got to give it to him. He cares about the fans. He cares about winning. That's all he wants to do. So you got to give him respect for that. But in this team, you lost Collison at point guard, and you lost O.J. Mayo and Chris Kaman. So what? O.J. Mayo, out of all of them, is probably the only one that I'd want to keep, and he's, you don't really need him. He's not that big of a loss. Kaman's old. He's all right, but he's old and past his prime. But you bring in Monte Ellis. That's pretty much O.J. Mayo. Just I guess a little bit better. I guess he can shoot a little bit better. You still have the Matrix, but I mean he's old. Shawn Marion, by the way. If you don't know who the Matrix is, Shawn Marion. He's old, about as old as Dirk. And you got Dirk, he's one of those. He's a franchise player, like Kobe. He's always going to be there. They didn't let him retire there unless he wants to go. But he's still going to put up numbers. But I mean, last year he didn't look like he had it. I guess he was overweight. He wasn't really in shape. He just had a preseason game not too long ago, or tonight actually, against the Magic. They lost, but I mean he looked pretty good out there. He was shooting pretty well. But I think who else they have? They have Jose Calderon. We'll see how that works out. I mean he's a bust in my opinion. I mean he's a serviceable player, but I mean from where he was picked, he's a bust. But I also got Brandon Wright. It's not anything big there. They still have Vince Carter, I was watching Vince Carter when I was like in elementary school, so I don't know how he's still playing. I remember when he was for Toronto and doing all those dunks, but I mean every once in a while he has a good game. But I think they'll make the playoffs. I don't think the Lakers will make the playoffs this year, so I think they'll take their spot for the 8th seed. That's the lowest that's the highest they can get. I mean they might not even make the playoffs, but for me I'm picking them to be the 8th seed. All right, until next time.